Okay, this is hypermature cataract with dark brown nucleus. So before starting the surgery, I was planning to give a small nick and aspirate the excess of fluid which comes out through my 26 gauge cystotome what I am using and continue with the excess. When I punctured the anterior capsule, uh, the texture of the anterior capsule was different. It was bit fibrotic and bit leathery. We have heard of leathery cataract, but few of the times I encounter this leathery anterior capsule. Usually in hypermature cataracts, the anterior capsule seems to be a little bit frail and very thin because of the hypermature stage. But in some cataracts like this, it is quite thick and fibrous and little bit leathery. So I was not able to initiate the rhexis in my cystotome. So I changed over to the Utrata or rhexis forceps. As you can see, I was able to initiate the rhexis and I was stuck uh, immediately after I started it. How much ever I pulled tangentially, it was not uh, extending, the CCC was not extending beyond that point. So I am using high weight high molecular weight hyaluron, sodium hyaluronate. I refilled the AC and thought I will reattempt the Rexus. Let us see what happens now. No matter how, in which angle I go, in which direction I pull, it is not coming at all, the Rexus. It is not extending beyond this point. So my plan here was to initiate the rhexis from the opposite side and continue with the rhexis. Since the anterior capsule is quite leathery, I was not able to initiate from the other side as well. So I was two things were running in my mind, either to cut the capsule from the other side and continue the rhexis from the other side, or give a small lick on this the rhexis which I have already initiated and continue with the rhexis. I tried it with cystotome again. I could not extend the rhexis beyond this point, probably because the rhexis had undergone calcification and it was stuck underneath. So what I decided to do now is I decided to do a main port opposite to the uh, temporal side where I am sitting and take a Vanus and cut the rhexis margins. As you can see, even for my Vanus scissors, this part of the rhexis margin was quite tough to get. After two or three attempts, I was able to cut the rhexis beyond that point. Now I am refilling my AC with the sodium hyaluronate, and with the rhexis forceps I am going and continuing with the rhexis now. Now as you can see, after we have circumvented the calcified capsule of the rhexis, now it is quite easy to get the rhexis, and I was able to complete a reasonable 6 millimeter rhexis. But after I completed my rhexis, um, I again observed the point where I had cut. There was one tag which was remaining. This, if you leave it and continue with the phaco, that will be a weaker point. So you need to complete the rhexis where there are small tags left. I have completed the rhexis. I have removed the small tag. I thought the challenge is over, but now I realize only 50% of the challenge is over, and venturing on to phaco, there are few challenges you face during the phaco in hypermature cataract. since there is no cortex cushion, and since there is no epinuclear plate, as you can see, the nucleus is rotating freely. There is no need for you to do hydrodissection or hydrodelineation. But since there is no cushion left for you, the nucleus keeps rotating in the capsule freely. So you will not, it's very, very difficult to get a grip over the nucleus to get your chop. So what we should do now is, here your skills and your machine ability is tested to the limit. So I bury my phaco probe and try to chop the nucleus into two different halves. I was not able to get it the complete chop, but don't worry, don't try to get the complete chop, because if your tip of your sharp chopper touches the posterior capsule, you will end up with PCR and you will end up with bigger troubles. So try to engage the nucleus, try to divide it. Even if it partially it is okay, you can complete it later with your dialer. So here I am doing with a vacuum of 450 and power of 55, longitudinal phaco power of 55. As you can see, I was able to get the partial chops. After getting the partial chops, it is important to get as small pieces of this nucleus as possible, because this nucleus is quite hard. It is a little bit more than grade 4 and it is quite hard. So the amount of phaco power required to emulsify this will be high. So get as small pieces as possible so that the power what you will use to emulsify the smaller pieces will be quite less. As you can see, I am able to take out the central piece, and now when you take out the central piece, the rest of the phaco emulsification becomes easier. Now I have got the now you can, this is called step chop technique. As you can see, in the first few attempts there was partial chops. Now to get the complete chop with your dialer is safer than with your chopper. You separate the piece which you want to emulsify from either side, and you take it into the pupillary plane and emulsify your piece gradually. Make sure the endothelium is protected. You are away from the endothelium because you are using around 50 to 55% of your power. So if it touches the endothelium, it will get damaged, and next day you will have corneal edema. This is called Vasavada's step chop technique. There are 3 steps where I go deeper and deeper and separate the pieces and bring it into the pupillary plane and start emulsifying the nucleus. Once the pieces are very small, it is very easy for you to emulsify, and you require little bit, that much amount of little bit less power to emulsify as the pieces get smaller. Now in the middle, since I want to protect the endothelium, I am putting the visco into the anterior chamber so that my endothelium is protected. As you observed, my assistant is putting saline continuously over my wound to prevent the wound burn, which you commonly encounter in longitudinal phaco. As you can see, the type of phaco machine what you have doesn't matter. The type of technique what you use is what matters. So if you have a sound technique, it doesn't matter which machine you operate in. You will be able to complete your phaco in whatever the difficult situation is easily if you get your technique right. So concentrate on your technique rather than your phaco machine. That is my advice to you. So the last piece, be careful. The foot pedal control is crucial here. Don't go for extreme foot pedal positions. I am putting my hydrophobic lens under irrigation. After a little bit of capsular pollutions, there was no cortex left. once this is in the bag, I clean the excess of visco, whatever is left, and close the wound. Thank you.